And then the T-Rex was like,
Oh, I'm not the T-Rex.
It's named the Indominus Rex.
yeah, but I was being the T-Rex.
Yeah.
So
I
the-
thought
The T-Rex.
Translate all of that. Spoiler warnings.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic Park.
Welcome to spoiler warnings.
There we go. That was pretty good.
Welcome to Jurassic World. We're going to be talking about Jurassic World today.
Click.
Sharp tooth, no!
Oh man, these are all the exhibits at Jurassic World.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. Blue's my boy, man.
Dude, he died in old school.
Fuck, you did. I was reincarnated as a raptor.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
There we go.
movie theory.
It's all tied. It's all.
So if you guys haven't guessed, tonight we're talking about Jurassic World
Yes.
On For Real Friends.
on For Real
Yes.
Friends.
Yeah, we probably should mention the name of the show.
Yeah.
This is Nathan.
I'm Andrew.
I'm John.
I'm right.
I forgot the end. So yeah.
Well, tonight you're Jaw.
See, it's fuck
So
you.
Joe.
No!
What?
I'm not Joe.
Okay, Joe. Because you're John without the end.
There you go.
Okay.
So Joe.
So I'm the butch chick from
You're just the butch chick.
You're just
it's
the-
not from
yeah,
anything.
butch
You're
chick.
just the
Oh,
butch
okay.
chick.
I mean,
trying to remember what it is.
bald chicks usually are butch.
No, she's from like that 80s.
I bet your nipples are pierced
Show.
too.
Don't worry, I'll
Oh
call
god,
you.
you're turning me on.
I'll
That's
call
my
you.
kind of girl right there.
Not the 80s show, but
Butch,
What?
butch and nipples pierced.
yeah, there was a fucking 80s like sitcom
The
with a
whole
bunch of
penis
girls.
No.
Facts of life.
we've been over
That's
that.
alive. That's
Yep.
what it was. Jill was the
But what
butch
if it's
chick.
all right?
She was a
if
mechanic.
just-
Yep. Don't worry, John. I'll call
Anyway,
you.
Jurassic
Here we go.
World. Jurassic World.
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about the movie.
And everyone should just fucking talk one at a time.
What? Damn it.
No, we don't do
So,
Yeah.
um,
So yeah.
that.
Jurassic
Does
World.
anybody have
Is
any
it-
points to bring up, or am I the only one prepared
Well-
here?
Oh,
coming out.
someone's throwing down here.
I'm just gonna say, best comedy ever.
Really?
Yeah. Tyler Perry outdid himself this time.
Oh my god, him as the new dinosaur. I love his makeup
Yeah,
effects.
you know, I didn't see it coming, but
yeah. You
When I
don't
saw-
want to see
when I
Tyler
s-
Perry.
when I saw the Medeasaurus, I was in shock. And you know, like
broke out
it
of
was,
jail.
it was really weird the way like all the white audience members didn't say anything, but all the black audience members just started laughing for no reason.
Yeah, it was really awkward for me.
Yeah, Ryan was looking around a lot.
Yeah. I didn't know if
sitting
it was
next to the only
okay.
black person in the theater.
No.
Oh,
he
no,
was
you were
sitting
sitting
right
next-
behind me, so I had to turn completely around
Yeah.
just to make sure I could laugh.
Yep.
What did you guys think
So-
of the
So
of the new dinosaur?
yeah, since that's pretty much what our
okay.
first
Yeah.
topic
The
is.
new dinosaur. I
called
honestly
again?
the initial my
Fucking, I
initial
don't
reaction, I kind of thought that they went a little bit
Indominus
too
Rex
much.
is what it's
yeah.
called. Indominus
Indominus
Rex.
Indominus,
Rex.
yeah.
Dominant.
Domino Pizza
I felt that
Rex.
they kind of.
That would work.
I kind of felt they ripped off the dinosaur from the third one. The Spinosaurus.
I hated that movie.
But it can't fucking camouflage like Predator.
Yeah.
No.
I
like-
think they took Spinosaurus and basically said, let's make that cooler.
It doesn't have genes from a tree
The
frog.
thing about like the new dinosaur is like they almost had a really good
It was a
idea because the movie actually had a bit of a cabin in the woods thing.
Yeah.
They're like, we need to make the dinosaurs cooler and more exciting to make.
Yeah.
Because it's the park attraction people, which is for us, it's the audience. So like,
Yeah.
they could have actually gone into some sort of commentary about how like the old stuff isn't cool anymore and they need to make new cool stuff. But they just kind of
people see it on TV all the
Yeah.
time.
No, you know what's funny is
I saw a TNT special on
is
it.
at the beginning of the movie
After
when,
WCW.
yeah.
yeah, no, at the beginning of the movie when it was the kid with like did he have like
He's supposed
Asperger's or
to.
something?
He had autism or something like
Autism,
that.
yeah,
Like,
something
No.
What?
He was supposed to be a perfectly normal kid that is supposed to be intelligent.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because he doesn't need to be there.
No, that's what I got
I
from
think
it.
there was a plot point where it might have been cut from the movie, but he was supposedly had like autism.
Yeah, I took it as he had autism.
What? Well, first off,
it was just like
we were
hyperactive
talking,
at max.
yeah, we were talking about the fucking new dinosaur.
Okay, yeah,
so let's
Indominus
focus.
Rex.
Oh, yeah.
We need to actually...
So, was
Yeah.
the thing cool?
I actually liked its spines because it did kind of show, like, if people don't know, the raptor isn't supposed to look as it is, but it has a raptor in it. More spoilers, I don't fucking care.
no,
But the spines and stuff, like, could have been the feathers that are supposed to be
on
on the raptor.
the arm or whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's kind of like it could be like a hint at that.
Not just that, but if you really do look at it, there's a lot more dinosaurs in it.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can see
yeah.
the
Well,
tiny,
They mentioned all
ribbons,
the
you can
different,
see.
but also they did make a point because there was a whole controversy about the raptors
The
weren't going
raptors
to be
being like
feathered.
too big. They're supposed to be 3 feet tall,
And they're-
like 6
yeah,
feet.
and
There's a
and
different
the
dinosaur
feather-
that they're based on.
No, it's not. There's a different dinosaur they're based
They
on.
mentioned
In
in the
this
lab,
movie, they actually say
we pieced them together from.
We did not make any true dinosaurs.
These
Oh,
are
yeah, yeah.
all
so
pieced
they
together,
actually had
spliced
a
together
lore
with real
excuse why they
I
don't look
loved
like
that moment.
That was actually
made me
really
happy.
cool.
Yeah.
Because
And
I'm a nerd.
which I actually like after they said that, it was the the dying, like fucking whatever the long neck thing with like the
Brontosaurus
tiny
thingy.
head.
Yeah.
But I liked how it even had the little frog pouch as it was breathing. It had the pouch like a frog. You know,
frog.
Yeah.
they're not all tree frogs.
No, that's what's
Anyway,
his face?
it was
The
cuttlefish.
Asian guy.
It was cuttlefish
So with tree
for
frogs.
the
Okay.
tree frogs are there to increase the rate that they can grow.
Yes.
Because
yes.
the life of a tree frog is extremely short. So
Also,
from
just to go back to that,
infancy
Brontos-
to adulthood.
did they make its eyes way too human-like? Because it looked way too much like a human eye, not a reptile eye to
No,
me.
I don't think so. I think it was more.
It was like a bright
Which one?
baby blue. When
The one that was dying.
Brontosaurus?
the
that they were
brontosaurus
right there
thing.
with.
I like when I saw the eye, it was like a bright blue, baby blue eye, and it almost looked like a human
Okay,
eye.
no. At that point, I was making too many Littlefoot jokes to care.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
well,
like at that
me and
point,
Ryan-
it,
To
like
be,
it was
to be completely
it
serious,
needs to
I
be, like,
wouldn't be surprised if they
love.
did that.
To
Because
make
if
it-
you also listen to it,
Yeah.
it sounded like it
They were
sounded
very
humanistic moans
yeah.
that were, and I'm kind of assuming that's a cheap way of they were
it was-
attempting to do a cheap way to make you
the
feel for the
avatar
animal.
Yeah.
caring. They
Well,
do things.
The,
to,
hu-
like,
the
study.
human eye
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the most sympathetic thing to
Yeah.
the human.
Uh,
And so,
cat-
Interesting that
actually
they
are
have
the
human
most sympathetic.
features.
yeah.
They're the
Weird.
most that you want to care
Interesting.
I wonder why they have human
cat,
features.
cat eye on a reptile will just look like
for.
reptile
Whoa, that
eyes.
would look.
Dude.
Because they're
It looked
still the
weird.
slit
But okay,
kind of thing.
back to the dinosaur.
Yeah,
though.
I know, we keep
So
up.
I did like it. I mean,
I
for
liked
being
parts
the
of
new
it.
for
Once-
being the new bad guy.
Once
I
it's
liked it.
revealed that it's fucking T-Rex and Raptor, I'm like,
But
oh.
that's
and the
all,
chameleon.
They said that that's not the only thing that it was.
No, but
they
those
said
were
there's
the two-
more.
those
but
were
those
the
are the
two-
two things.
the two main
The
components. That
biggest
literally is.
badasses
That's literally like
combined.
going to a kid who watched all the other, like Jurassic Parks and saying like, what would be better? I like the T-Rex. I like the Raptors. What if there was a Raptor T-Rex? Like, it's so little kid level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Logic.
I said this in the theater in Ryan. I'm convinced that on top of this new Abdominus Rex,
Indominus.
Rex,
Abdominal
whatever.
Rex.
Yeah.
Abdominal
No, I
Rex.
like that the name was supposed
Yeah.
to be easy for kids to say.
And we
Andrew.
Can't do it. I swear to God, an 8-year-old wrote this after he saw the first Jurassic
yeah.
Park.
I mean,
I want
I want to
with
wreck
the
the story too,
camouflage.
but let's
Well,
talk more about the
No,
dinosaur.
no. That's why I like that dinosaur. Because it
But-
was so mad. It was like, fuck it. He can fucking camouflage. Yeah, he's fucking smart as shit. He
it's-
can
yeah.
do anything.
It's that
Right.
little kid on the playground, like, I shot you. No, I put shields on. I put shields up. You can't shoot me. It's like, no, you don't have shields. Like, that's kind of what I feel.
Yeah,
that
no, they
dinosaur.
Right,
fucked
but-
up that dinosaur and it did not go down. Like
Yeah.
a lot of those like shots were missing, but there was an explosion right next to it. It was a little too much
Yeah.
by the
Right.
end. Like that thing should
I
have
mean,
been
but
on
that-
its dying
yeah.
legs, and they should not have needed the
But-
T-Rex to come in,
What-
or the fucking what was it, a plesioth that like came out
That
and like
Oh,
grabbed
yeah.
took
it,
it into
bring
the
it
water.
down.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I don't know.
Plesioth, I think, is a monster.
But
hunter.
well, John, you had said something about the why would they make the big thing that was bringing back the popularity of the park, and that was actually something that I brought up to
You're shaking me.
the chick that I'm dating next to me. Is
you.
right when they were coming into the park, and there's the older kid just on his cell phone and stuff, and it wasn't a big deal, and I was like, the fuck kind of kid is this? Like, you're going to a park full of dinosaurs. Why would you not be excited about that?
Because
but no. That's the thing. Is later on they explained it and they were like, this has been 20 years since dinosaurs have been de-extinct, and everybody's used to it.
Exactly.
And I was
no
like,
one cares.
yeah. And I went, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like,
But
it would be
then-
cool at first, but it would. But at the same
The
time,
problem
like,
with that logic is then we see the plesiosaur scene where all it does is splash him with water. All of a sudden he's all into it now, and at no point do we see
that's
like
because his phone got fucked up, and you know.
yeah, that's it. But at no point
Got
do
all
we
wet.
see
Yeah.
do we see that idea reflected in the audience. Every time we see the people at the park, they're always totally enthralled.
It's just the two boys that are supposed to be like our main characters, which I don't think need to be there whatsoever.
No.
If we were
I
following
completely agree with
any,
that.
but like if it was just we kept seeing the audience and like it was from the hot chick's eyes or Chris Pratt's eyes, we could have had the same thing. Just zoom in on one of the cameras, like how is park attendance? Are they happy? Zoom in on a bunch of people being happy at a park. Maybe follow the boys around a little bit, but do we care about their fucking home life? Do we care that they are actually part of her family? I don't think we do.
Yeah.
You know,
That entire extra part of the story doesn't matter to me.
It does, and like there's because
It's a trick to make me care. The fact that they're
I know,
getting
it's a
It's a trick
divorced,
to make you care. Exactly.
the fact that they're getting divorced, and the brother needs to
Okay,
care
that-
about the little brother,
like-
that is a trick to make you care
Yeah,
about
I
them
get
as
that.
characters. We don't fucking need that
But
because
this-
we care about a
I
horror
think
movie
you
with
brought this
dinosaurs.
up, Nathan, a while ago when we were talking about this. But like the director wanted us to feel like this was Jurassic Park 1. You wanted to get
Right.
that same amazing,
Yeah.
and that's what I think the kid was, especially the little kid was there. He was literally the physical embodiment of that first time you saw Jurassic Park.
But that's I disagree with that because that's been in all three of the movies. There's been the young boy that
Who is he?
has been,
The young kid.
you know, I happen to read your books. I happen to read dinosaur books.
I
I'm just
love
into- yeah.
dinosaurs. Don't you love dinosaurs?
But I mean, back on the
too?
like, not to interrupt,
Yeah.
but like, I just didn't feel anything for the kid, especially the older one.
Oh,
because
the other
it
one was a
like,
douche.
why the fuck? Like, he had the girlfriend that he was like, oh yeah, see you later, which was great.
No,
But-
extra storyline that never did anything that doesn't matter.
That's what I'm talking about. The extra storyline to where he was there and like he would be checking out all these girls, and they showed the girls like they mattered,
yeah,
and they never came. I think
I
like
s-
at the end they showed one of them like
honestly-
that was just there in the you know, fucking.
I
like,
honestly think this movie was cut up story wise huge.
Yeah.
because like we saw
They
the
didn't know what they were doing with it.
No, because like, first off, I will say, out of all the Jurassic Park movies, this one has the best kids that we have to deal with.
Oh yeah, the first one has the most annoying little
Yeah,
kids.
and the fucking
The other
black
ones
chick in
are
the
just
second one
terrible
does
movies.
acrobatics and stuff like that's.
I
her.
really didn't like the black girl from
Like-
the second movie.
No, I'm saying the other two are terrible
It's your
movies, so it
fucking
doesn't
problem,
matter. Like the
Nathan.
level of acting doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
What
I'm
the
just
fuck
saying
is
like
that supposed to
their
be,
their
Nathan?
whole conflict of like, I'm the older brother, you're the younger, I don't like you, gets over so quickly because of the whole plesiosaur
Yeah.
scene.
yeah.
The the little kid spazzes out, and we actually get the older brother just saying "shut up," which is kind of the audience's emotion at that
Yeah.
point. And then they kind of just don't matter for the most part. They're just there for that initial like, we need to go out there to save something.
But
So,
the
like-
thing is they could have been random characters.
They could have.
They could have been that moment of the girl looking at the screen going, wait, there's a ball missing. There's a
Yeah.
ball missing. What's going on? And the guy going, wait, no, there's not a... Oh, there is a ball missing.
Where's
Yeah.
the goat?
And then...
But
yeah.
I mean, that's the
And
same
then-
thing you could say about the
Shut
kids
up,
in the
John.
first movie.
No, because the kids in the first movie
I'm
actually
having
do
some
something.
slaps.
Yeah.
Well, the hacking.
The hacking, they are actually there to constantly lead them. They are part of the family that is actually creating the park.
Yeah.
There's very limited characters in the first one, so
Right.
those kids
Yeah,
are fine.
they
are part of
Yeah,
the
I guess,
horror
I guess.
movie trope. We have these people that we may or may not see die.
Yeah.
In this movie, we have a park full of
Yeah.
fucking people.
Yeah.
We don't care about all of those people. There's too many people.
Hell, some of the
Too
people,
many dicks.
Too many
Yeah.
dicks.
So some of the people we just like that we were kind of like introduced to just get killed off. Like the fucking girl that was supposed to be watching the
The
kids.
fat
like,
guy that you knew was gonna die.
well, yeah, but he's the villain.
no. I'm talking about the first
Oh, the
fat guy.
guy. Well, yeah, he knew he was
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah, he
right?
knew he was
You-
gonna
you
die.
saw
Anybody that lets the dinosaurs go
It's
is
not
going
even.
to
It's
get
not
killed.
even that. The moment you see the giant fat guy at a security
Yeah.
terminal eating food as he
Yeah.
watches the most scariest dinosaur, you're like, well, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Like that's all you needed to see. But also, like,
Black Eye
but
did
the
that.
chick that was watching the kids, like, she unnecessarily had a horrible death, and movie didn't justify us wanting her to die at all.
No.
Like,
yeah, like
not only does she get dragged around by the fucking pterodactyls, she starts getting drowned by the pterodactyl, and then she gets eaten by the
But
plesiosaur.
that goes back to that
Thing,
goes
like,
exactly
yeah, I was
goes
like,
back
whoa,
to the
why?
Yeah, that was a little gruesome for one person.
That goes back to the older boy, to where he for some reason just had this like, checking out all the girls, and then he suddenly just hated this woman. When, like you said, I mean, she was not really paying attention to him at all, but like neither was the older boy.
Well, I
he
think
just didn't pay attention, and it was just suddenly like, yeah, just run from her. Let's get away from her.
Well, that's what I
It's
mean,
like-
like, story elements.
I mean, I guess that could be just supposed to be the
It's
older
kids.
teen
Well, the
and
thing
trying
is
to be
that
like, I can take care of
at
this.
that point, they probably didn't show it, but they were trying to imply it. Was that she was kind of controlling? This is what you get to do. You're little kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to
Well,
go
that's
to the
exactly
little
what I said.
Triceratops.
No, she's British. Say it British.
I can't.
But
Damn
that's exactly
Drink.
what I'm getting at.
do an Irish accent.
Do an Irish accent.
But that's exactly what I'm getting at. Is it could
You
have just
gotta,
been like
you gotta
the
go to
teenager,
the Triceratops.
the teenager just saying like, I don't want to be controlled because I can watch myself.
But they
type
don't-
attitude.
no, show any
That
of
is the
that, like-
teenager,
Yeah.
but the little kid he's okay with saying that stuff.
Yeah.
And she's probably forcing that stuff on him.
Right.
Where the older kid's like, do you want to actually experience the park? I'm like, yeah, I'd love
Right.
to see the other dinosaurs.
I just want to say one thing about the park also. So they only had 20,000 people in the park.
Only.
Disneyland's like not even nearly the size of what Isla Nublar is
No,
supposed
right,
to be.
Disneyland doesn't
But
also
that-
have things that are going to kill you constantly.
And that
Yeah, it
could have,
does.
in the
The
backstory,
boat chops people's heads off
Yeah.
with the
That's
wires.
not
break.
constantly.
in the
That's
backstory
sometimes.
or the lore or whatever.
That's because they
That-
have enough money to cover it up, just like Jurassic
Anyways,
World. Go on.
Shut up.
That's probably what made the park so enticing and so popular to begin with. Was that it was a limited selection of people.
Well, I mean,
at one
that's
time.
that's a good example.
You know what I
Or
mean?
a good point. Is it's an island. Like
Yeah.
it's
Going
hard
to
to get there.
Catalina.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
When you go to Catalina, you have to take a boat over there, or you have to stay at a hotel for a number of days to be there.
Yeah.
So the people that are staying at a hotel, very expensive.
Can we go to Catalina?
So
I've been Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
another
but
thing.
Don't go.
otherwise,
Sucks.
you can't get a
I got
shit ton of
lost.
people.
Another
that are
thing.
constantly-
On the island,
I got
why do they
lost.
only have
We only
one
had fig
helicopter and one person that knows how to fly?
Oh, yeah, that's...
that was the helicopter was his private helicopter.
Yeah.
Right, but like
It's
you're on a big
weird,
ass
yes.
island. Why wouldn't they have more to?
There's, like,
There's a bunch of
plot-wise,
shit-
this
yeah,
movie
plot-wise.
really does not make sense.
No,
like,
plot wise,
no.
it is a forced together script of a lot of bullshit to force you to care, to force them into
It's-
bad
yeah.
moments, to force you into nostalgia.
It's so
Fucking, we have to go
stereotypical.
visit the old park.
But
I
was
did like
it?
that though.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
that was
but
cool.
no, I'm sorry. That part was just like, oh, welcome to Jurassic Park. It's like, okay, yeah, we get it. Oh, look, there's the old Humvees. I know what the Humvees are.
Yeah.
There was
And
too
then
much.
they
Yeah,
fixed
it was
it up.
too...
That's the first thing that I said is like, yeah, I can believe them starting it or like making it work. I forget who. Oh, it was Dustin next to me. But I just leaned over and I go, and the gasoline works after 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because gasoline goes bad if you didn't know.
yeah, it does.
You
Great.
probably didn't know that.
I don't know anything you think I don't know.
I know.
Like that, like I didn't mind. It was
Self-fulfilling
what the moment was is
prophecies.
they go into that room, the old place. They do that top shot where you can see the banner on the
Yeah.
ground. I was like, oh, that's cool. But
Oh,
then,
and
but
they
then he
pick
picks
it
it
up.
up.
Yeah, I didn't.
And he
that-
lights it on fire.
That's
There's
what-
the bones there in the
Yeah,
center.
like if you
They
just gave me
they
that,
show the like.
little
If
shot.
it was just a walk.
if it was just
It
that
would've been
shot,
great. Yeah.
seeing the banner on the ground, be like, haha.
If it was an Easter egg instead of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody that's seen the movies, nostalgia.
Well, I mean, they blatantly do it with the guy at the console. Like, yeah, I got the old Jurassic Park shirt. Like, it's literally a character in the movie going like, "Look, Jurassic Park. Remember that, guys?" And then going back to the movie.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like-
I mean, they did that from the beginning. Is when the like
He
monorail was
opens-
coming in. They're like, oh, these are the doors from the original park.
So with you saying that the guy wanted it to be, make you feel that all over again, make it feel like you were that 5-year-old child watching the movie, like the first
Right.
movie.
for the very first time.
It's a nostalgia fuckfest, and it
Right.
pissed me off by the end, and
Right.
it didn't make me feel like I
Oh,
was
this
watching
is
the movie
from-
for the first time.
It
It just
pissed you-
reminded me of
it
I
it.
don't
pissed
remember
you
if the
off.
director's. This is his first movie.
It looked
Or-
like it.
Kind of want to look that up.
No,
I
like
mean-
the direction-wise, the
Yeah.
movie was slop. It was
Yeah.
super slop. There were scenes that were cut together that looked fake, and I don't think it was because of bad. Mind you, there was some pretty bad CGI. it was because of the
You're always
scenes-
going to get bad CGI.
The,
Though.
the scenes were
not
too much like
always.
in your
CGI
face.
movies.
Suddenly, it looked like has to be green screen because of what they're doing. Like it was too
With the C,
like commercial CGI.
Yeah,
Like,
at the
oh my
very-
god, I can tell.
Like the
The
very
very
end when they're
start.
in the little stall and he's trying to reach through the holes, like those holes were green. Like you could be like, that's the green screen areas where the
Yeah.
hand's coming through the hole, and they're just in a little thing going like that's like right where it's just like
at the very start when it shows the foot of the bird and then it
Hit the
pounds
snow,
out
yeah.
or pans out. Right then and there, holy crap, the CGI is crap.
oh yeah.
CGI has not aged well. I understand
No,
that.
no, no. We went over this, but this
He's
is
done
a
5 movies.
CGI movie.
Yes.
You cannot do that poorly with this big of a movie.
At the
Yeah.
same time, I think, at least for me, I've been, especially after Mad Max, I've been spoiled
by some-
practical
with
effects
like
are amazing.
practical
Well,
effects.
and that's
I
the
mean,
thing,
and
but-
it makes me think about.
So I just want to say that he's done. This is his first movie. It looks like a documentary, Safety Not
They really
Guaranteed,
fucking handed Jurassic Park to
and
a
then
guy
shows.
who'd never done a movie.
Yeah, I didn't
before.
know that.
I feel like I read something about that to where like they did it and like it fell into his hands and like they were worried about it and then some execs were like, no, it's doing a good job.
Yeah, someone
Like-
at Universal went, "We can make money off of this."
That's
Yeah.
talking about what you were saying about the practical. Like that's the thing is, even when we talked about Mad Max, I mentioned Jurassic Park still holds up because it mixed practical with CG.
Oh,
and
first
here's
one.
Jurassic Park new. Like, let me remind you of the old movie, but I won't learn any of the lessons by mixing
You know,
practical effects.
but
with CG.
that's the thing
yeah.
is the one way that I can defend that is from the first and second movie, which had the best practical dinosaurs. The company that they used, the owner died and all the artists left.
That's great.
That
The
sucks.
third one,
Get a new company.
Yeah, the third one they went with a company that I think it was a company that used like a lot of the same artists, and that's where it was the terrible like puppetry and
then
all
get
that.
a new company. Like
Yeah,
There's not many big puppet companies that can do that though.
That's
make
fine.
one. I
but
don't
yeah,
know,
You
like-
still need to mix in some.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, there
Get
was
some-
some,
I don't
very
know.
little, but there
I
was
don't
still some.
It was pretty bad.
It was really bad.
It was pretty bad. I mean, even the holograms.
Well,
Well,
were-
the
the,
holograms,
no, the
No,
holograms
they
were
weren't-
exactly what they're supposed to look like.
yeah.
To me,
90s
no.
holograms.
No. To me, no, they didn't look any different. They did not look any different.
and different from what?
yeah, different from
Yeah,
what? Like,
explain yourself.
From the CG of all the other dinosaurs.
Oh, so they just look like they.
You're saying they just
It
took
was
the
just like a
model and
filter or
blued
something.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Like,
made a
that's
blue
exactly-
model of
Yeah,
it.
that's how
That's
I-
actually a good point.
That's how I
yeah,
felt
I
about
would
it.
not.
I
wouldn't
made
put it past
some
him.
remark to Ryan where I saw where the hologram came up of the raptor. And,
Yo, yeah, you. Yeah.
Wow, it was all. God.
That's actually
Man,
a total valid point.
the CGI of that CGI raptor is really CGI, I believe you said. You said
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Something
and I'm
about
just like,
CG.
yeah,
And I think I mispronounced CG when I first said it.
probably.
Having a stroke
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
We were drinking.
You're stroking out pretty good.
Chris Pratt, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Chris Pratt. He could be in a bad movie.
No, he made it more enjoyable
He
for
played
me.
the
Yeah,
role,
he did
but
play
he
it.
still had god awful lines.
No, he had god awful
The-
direction too.
The fact that they had him do the son of a bitch line,
yeah,
I'm like,
taking off the
are you
glasses type
fucking
stuff.
kidding?
No.
That is so stuck character, and
Me-
he's our hero.
Brian and I laughed our asses off. Where what was it? It was when they found the little tracking device
Yeah.
in there, and it shows like all 5 characters. It shows the 2 people at the manual manual
consoles.
controls, it shows the girl, and it just kind of pans out, and he walks from
He
the
walks
left,
in.
like in an infomercial or something,
Hi, I'm
because she
Chris Pratt.
remembered where it was. You
Yeah.
know, it's like.
Yeah.
She remembered since.
Speaking
but
of that
it was
tracking
so
device,
bad.
that thing was so big. When the
Yeah.
fuck did they put that thing
How-
in?
like that
When he
thing
was
would
a
have been
baby?
that size as a baby. Like,
Okay, no, but the thing is the dinosaurs grow at an alarming rate. They have said that since the first movie. They're supposed to grow.
yeah, but
within a
that's what I'm
year.
saying. Like, no matter if it had the size of that,
the size of that.
How could they not
could
be
that
like-
fit that in a baby dinosaur? Is what we're saying.
Yeah.
It was as big as a hand.
No,
At
like, I'm
least.
saying like within a year it grows to full size. So I think that's when they put it in. So they wait about a year.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, they didn't really give a time frame of how old it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to bring that up also, is the beginning. I was kind of surprised that they didn't open up
With Chris Pratt because he's
no,
our hero.
with people being attacked.
Where?
Oh, yeah, no, that's
The beginning. The opening scene. All 3 movies before that have opened up with someone getting attacked.
that's right. No, yeah.
Well,
you're right.
you
The
know-
first one, it was them putting the raptor into the cage.
I get-
and the guy,
you know
kill
what
her, kill her.
They
But-
could have done. They could have used the scene that they first introduced Chris Pratt in, because
Yeah.
the guy falls down and he was attacked.
I saw
That
the preview. That's the
Could
thing.
have been the perfect first scene and
Yeah.
kicked the
Exactly.
kids
I
out
saw that
of
in the
it.
preview, and I went, I bet you that's the opening scene.
But that's not a good setup for the movie, though.
But it is good setup for our hero,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you need, rather than
Not
the
just a
kids being our heroes.
stupid
But
build
well,
up.
no,
Well,
I
the
just
kids get thrown out as heroes pretty quick.
I
No,
disagree.
they don't. They stay with us the entire movie.
But they become
Meaningless.
meaningless after.
Towards the end, yes.
Yeah.
And yet we followed them for the first 20 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
That's 20 minutes of my
because-
life wasted.
Because if we started
That's
off,
your own fault, sir.
dude,
Buying the ticket.
if we started off with whatever
And
Chris
losing
Pratt's
Kimbo.
character's name is, Owen. Was it
Chris
Owen?
Pratt?
Yeah, Chris
No, I think it
Owen.
was
if
Owen.
we if we start
Chris
with
Pratt.
if we start with Chris Pratt right off the bat, he's already the Raptor Whisperer. He has no threat. We have to start with someone who's
That's the thing.
We
He's
wouldn't
never.
need that.
It's never the people that are the threat. It's the dinosaurs. Because
Well, I mean, he's never threatened. I meant he's already in a
but
controlled
it
situation.
doesn't need to be. But just like it. No. Let me finish.
Okay.
Just like in the
Well,
first one.
I'll let you finish by cutting me off. Go right ahead.
Just like in the first one, where they had the Australian guy who was controlling the situation, and then some other person got attacked and killed, and he was trying to rescue him. It would be the same situation. The kid falls in, he goes in to stop him, and there's the threat of the raptors that, he obviously
And
doesn't
with
die.
no one dying,
but
it
there's-
actually shows the growth of the
Park
research
security.
that he's done.
Right,
So
but
like,
it's also
no, the raptors aren't
exactly
the
like you
danger.
said,
Yeah.
the park security. It's also they have the park to where they're able to get into the cage or train them, but there's still the threat of this all happening.
Okay,
still-
the problem with that as an intro is that's not what the movie was about. The movie was about it being a theme park. So starting off at that doesn't say, we got a theme park up and running, and we're like, it doesn't have the same, like, if the movie was completely different, that could work as the opening scene the way you're wording it. But that wasn't that wouldn't be a good starting point of the movie. Like, the movie we saw.
Okay, the movie we saw was cut up from 3 to
Yeah.
4 different movies
Yes,
is the problem.
I totally agree with that.
So if it being the theme park as the overall,
Yeah.
you need the 4 stories.
Yeah.
What every Jurassic Park was before this is, here's the haunted house.
Yeah.
Let's set it up. That's the problem, because after halfway through, it was the haunted house, and we've set it up.
Yeah.
It was way too late in the
much,
movie.
yes.
If you started off with, here's the haunted house, and I can kind of I'm okay with it, something might go wrong, and then they introduce this new dinosaur to where he comes in and no, I know dinosaurs are okay.
Yeah.
The haunted house is safe, guys. We're okay in Jurassic
Right.
World. This is this new dinosaur. You did what with this new dinosaur? You made a megalomaniac of a fucking dinosaur. You need to kill this thing.
At the same-
You need to put this thing down. You don't treat any of these things like they're truly animals and dangerous animals.
Yeah.
You think that they're property, and it could have that theme against the park
Yeah.
and Chris Pratt being our true hero. Instead, they went with let's tell the story about this park and all the people that are in it and all these
No,
wacky adventures.
Yeah.
I agree, but the problem I'd have with that is then the fucking Indominus Rex kind of comes out of left field. If it was just this whole thing of we introduced danger and now they're kind of controlling danger, and then Wild Card comes in.
That's a horror movie for you.
Yeah, but they're
sorry.
I wouldn't call Jurassic Park horror movies though.
They are. They are.
It not in
They are
tradition-
slasher fix. You don't. They are the killers chasing after them.
I
that
understand
they need
that.
to run away from.
But
And there's the sense of wonder of the place that they're in.
Yes.
They're trying to discover about it. If it's a haunted house, it's this is why it's haunted. Somebody was killed here. They're slowly finding out about it. It follows that.
I understand
motifs.
that. Yes, I agree to that. But the difference between the Jurassic Park, especially with this thing, is it's all about setting up that first safety net. They have to take and start. And the way you guys are just saying is shit needs to happen right away, which I would agree would make a more interesting movie. But it doesn't set up the premise to fall apart as it was supposed to.
Well, no, I'm saying
So-
that it doesn't need to have the kid dying. It just needs the kid to be knocked over.
No, I'm not. I'm
And
not
then,
talking
like,
about
it's
that.
saving
Because
it.
that's what I'm saying. In the second one, it was the little girl that was, her family, British family. They land on the island,
Yeah.
And all the
having
little
lunch, and all the little
She gets fucking...
Dicropters
Yeah,
or something
whatever they're
like
called.
that.
Yeah, but
attack her. She never died,
no, I know.
but it's still
Oh.
set up with like, oh
She
shit.
died.
Huh?
no,
she-
it was just
they,
it was
they
an
brought it up
incident.
late. Well,
kind
yeah,
of,
they
like,
brought it up,
thing.
and
But
yeah.
at the same time, you could look at that as just like, this is unnecessary. It does nothing for the movie. It just says dinosaurs are still there.
No, again, it sets up the perfect
Quit shaking.
setup for a horror movie. Every horror movie, or generally, a horror movie has a first 10 minutes of non-story characters getting in trouble.
And that's how I
it's
feel. That's
people
how I feel
dying,
that
it's
it
like,
always
oh
is.
shit,
Yeah.
something's gonna go wrong. We already know the theme of this movie because something goes wrong.
Yeah, no matter how
And then
quote
then we
unquote
go
contained
off
it is.
and we can have our wonder and other stuff, and then things go wrong, and we already knew they were going wrong.
Yeah.
We just were waiting for it to happen,
Yeah,
and it's
and
done well.
again, third one, as you said, you can basically ignore because it didn't really make sense at all. But the second one, it was, the first one, they thought they contained it. They could control the dinosaurs, put them in the cage. Technology failed them,
Yeah.
and someone got fucked up. The second one, they thought they had the island contained because they just kept everybody off, and they were wrong. This one, I felt that it would have been better if, like we said, they opened with that. They thought they had it contained, but some stupid kid tried to catch a pig and fell into a raptor,
Hey
raptor
man,
cage.
back off. It was his first day. He had that stupid fucking face the whole time. Who taught him how to act?
Yeah, he really did.
With
Why?
the little kid. Yeah.
And then
yeah, the
Yeah.
first day.
the
did.
other,
that's-
okay, he
yeah.
had two scenes. He had that scene, and then
And
the
then
other
the
scene
push
where
the
he
button.
pushed the button, and he put so much emphasis
Oh,
into
dude.
that button.
He pushed that fucker
Like,
so hard.
Yeah, man, bit the lip and everything.
I bet
Wait,
that-
so was this a movie for kids or was this a movie for adults? Because I wasn't sure halfway through.
This movie's not for anybody, really.
Yeah.
You know what though?
Um,
I mean, sorry, I was entertained.
yeah, I did. Well,
It's cool.
I don't want to get into that until the end, but
Yeah.
I'm
one
just
thing.
saying,
One thing I was disappointed with was how Chris Pratt, like once they first met the Indominus Rex, and he was like, "You guys raised this thing," and realized it was like
Captivity,
created, and he goes, "You guys raised this thing in captivity alone, so it's not socialized, yada yada yada." And then once it got loose, and they, he's all, "Oh, it's hunting for sport," and they started treating it as like super intelligent, and I was like, to me, the entire time that it was killing stuff, I always saw it as it playing like almost like a kid that
Well,
doesn't know what
it
it's
doesn't-
doing.
yeah.
It doesn't know its
It
own
is a
strength.
sociopath.
Yeah,
It doesn't know what's going on, so it's testing what it can do. And what does it know how to do? It knows how to tear things apart.
Right.
So it tears things apart to see what it does.
but that's the thing is I didn't see that so much as intelligence as just sociopathic.
Sociopaths are actually characterized by their genius too.
And at the same time, that's why it was
Not all the time.
doing
though.
more hunting.
Usually.
It was camouflaging. It was like for
Right,
For
I mean, in the
example,
cage,
yeah.
it has to be
Like,
somewhat intelligent to realize that
watching-
it can turn off
watching-
its fucking thermal image.
watching the first time that they discover, like,
They
oh,
They
where
built
is
it
it?
that way.
It's supposed to be in the cage, and you see the claw marks. I didn't think it was still in there.
Yeah, no, I thought it had already torn out its transplant.
Exactly,
Or-
that's what I thought too. That
yeah.
was a good opening, and
Yeah.
it shows like, oh, that's the intelligent part.
It's good, but like, why is this thing so fucking smart? Like,
Science.
Yeah.
Because raptors are smart. And
That's
it's
that
combined
that
with
was what
raptors.
it's been raised in
Science!
isolation, and
And raptors are dogs.
it's
I mean,
been-
some
it's
people
been
should have
raised
stayed
in-
after the credits. Is all I'm
it's
saying.
been shut
but-
up. It's been raised in isolation this whole time, so it's unsociable. The moment it meets raptors, it socializes with them and becomes the
Right.
alpha.
John, you know what blinded me? Science.
The fucking honest. If you just want to see dinosaurs kill shit, it's an okay movie.
I'm surprised how psycho the Asian guy from Part 1, that scientist, got.
Dr. Wu.
because
He
had-
got freaking psycho as shit.
Because
He
in the
did.
first
He
movie,
did,
he had
dude.
no characterization.
No,
he
and now-
was empty. He was a blank slate character.
Now
He was
he's
just there to
Dr.
be like,
Wily.
we engineered the dinosaurs, and then he's done. We
Yeah.
don't see him again.
Now
He,
Right,
he's-
but-
he was Asian to give credibility to one scientist.
True.
There you
Well,
go.
what was
But,
Sam Jackson?
Andrew, I'm glad you actually brought that up because that did kind of weird me out. That because in the first one he was just a scientist that was
Yeah,
you know,
he
it
was just-
seemed like he cared about dinosaurs
he was
and was
just
like,
there.
this is
felt
really
really
interesting.
uncomfortable when he started to get really serious about it, really creepy.
Yeah, and it was just
"Wow."
like, we engineered these. Don't worry about what we put in it. And it was like,
Okay,
whoa,
well,
what
that
the
was
fuck?
that was him trying to defend whatever deal he had.
Yeah,
with
right.
with the fat guy
government, the like
Whatever.
Engine.
warmonger.
InGen.
It was Engine.
InGen.
Yeah.
InGen.
Engine.
Yeah.
InGen. Okay.
That was the company.
Okay. So
Which is the company that made the park. Which is
Huh?
the one that John Hammond owns.
yeah,
Engine owns...
Was it?
Yeah.
yeah. It's just that
It's
The
just
one-
the more extreme
Then why
side
is it
of
that he couldn't do what he wanted until other things happened? If he technically owned the park through his
He-
company.
no,
Because
he
he's
was.
like he was almost like a rogue agent, to where he's wanting to get government contracts for weaponizing them, and he wanted to get all this stuff, but he couldn't do that without proving that they could be trained.
they were still trying to make money off
Yeah.
of doing the park like Hammond
but
wanted.
the guy who
yeah.
piloted the helicopter was the owner
he
who
at that
didn't
point,
want that.
exactly.
So why is it that so he didn't represent InGen, like
No,
as
he
its
represented
ideals.
He owned, and I'm quoting here, so many companies that he doesn't
Yeah.
know what
Yeah,
he doesn't know what he
okay,
owns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oil refineries, theme parks,
That's true.
and
Yeah.
something else. But he had the Hammond outlook of
wondrous creatures.
I kind of like that character.
fantasy.
No, I really
I
liked that
liked
character.
him, and I don't know why they killed him. Like,
He's a really
No, I
likable
was really hoping that he,
Really,
like,
he was
the
a moral-
helicopter crash
moral
would be
ground.
like just him being like, "Oh
Yeah.
crap, get out of here!" Like a little bit sadder death for him at least, not in a
least.
fucking explosion.
Like, 'cause he
that
was-
just makes everything run away.
No,
yeah.
no, a fucking explosion that made the Indominus Rex turn its back on it when it exploded to make him look like a badass.
That was a badass shot. If it was any slower, it'd be more.
But no,
badass.
because
No, he had sunglasses on at the time.
He did.
You didn't
yeah,
notice.
I
you
didn't
didn't
notice.
you didn't see him drop in and just
Yeah.
and then he stomped off.
And then it was,
And then
it was
Thug
a picture on
Life
the
started
internet that said
playing,
deal
yeah.
with it on the bottom.
But John, as you said, they killed him off because he was a moral ground for the park.
No, it's because he was yet another fucking character they
Yeah.
introduced that they
I
needed to
thi-
get rid
that
of
they need-
because
yeah,
they didn't
that's
write
what I
anymore
took it
for him.
as.
Right.
Because, like, if that's the case, why didn't Hammond die in the first movie? He was a moral ground that wanted to see the
I
park,
believe he was supposed to, but they
but he
cut him.
didn't. And
Well.
but meanwhile, the
Because nobody
Hammond
wants
of
Grandpa
this
to die.
and the Hammond of this movie died for no
Yeah.
absolutely no reason.
John, that's because Steven Spielberg directed the first
Hammond-
one, and he,
Yeah.
and he knows what he's
Corrected
doing.
mistakes.
yeah.
yeah.
If Hammond really died in the first one, that would be. I mean, compared to how it is now, where he sees his world that he thinks, or that he loves so much, fall apart, and coming to that realization that okay, we can't do this.
Yeah.
I think that's way better than him dying. But I mean,
Yeah. Well, him
Yeah.
actually having power over the company that is controlling all of these fucking
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It leaves us with some safety net.
Yeah.
The people escaping, I don't really care about.
Right.
Well,
They didn't
we're
escape.
supposed to care because we're human.
Yeah, well, okay.
But apparently,
and if
we're,
I was at a theme park with dinosaurs,
But John, at the same time, we're human. We don't care about people we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we-
showing
this-
someone for a minute
but they
and
were
having them go,
families
I've got
with
I've got a
But they're
children.
getting a
scratch on my
divorce, so I mean, them
That
not
was,
having kids would have
that
made
was
it better.
like the ideal point of the movie where I'm like, there's a chunk of this movie missing where we see him on the
Yeah.
train. The mom and dad are getting divorced. Cry, cry. Cut. Next thing we see him. Oh, this dinosaur does. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
No, yeah.
where?
No,
what?
Again,
Well,
part of
there's
the
probably
public.
bad directing too.
back up. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where.
No, that to me is a chunk
Back
of
to
the
the
story
public.
gone.
I don't like. There was a scene where they were like overlooking the park and everybody's walking around, and then a mom was like, "Oh, there you are," and her daughter walked up to her, and they like, for some reason, really focused on them.
because they were focusing on the girl who,
Yeah.
the sister of the aunt
Yeah.
of the
Right,
two
right.
kids, who had been told, when you have kids, you'll learn that love too. And there she is seeing the love of a mom and a kid.
Yeah,
that's
but,
what it was.
it's, like the way that I originally saw that, I was
Bad
like,
directing.
okay, well, yeah,
Sorry.
we're done saying that because we know that. But like the first thing that I thought was like, I wonder if this is going to be almost like a. I don't want to say Shawshank Redemption, but Schindler's List, to where they want you to focus on that because they're going to be showing them at the very
Oh.
end, like dead or something.
No,
and I was
that-
like, that would be kind of interesting. Don't wave your fart.
No, because that's the point where she realized she has to go protect her niece and nephew. Because that's where she went. So like,
it was
that's
supposed to be major character development that is barely shown.
Speaking of her, I'm surprised that they didn't have because people argue this. I'm surprised they didn't have a stronger female character in the movie.
She got strong.
Yeah, she was good.
She was in control of everything, but she was kind of a frantic person.
She was good. Yeah,
I don't think she had other than the very, very end where she with the T-Rex and the flare. I don't think she had.
That was.
That was stupid. Okay, I
But
can
they have to
outrun
have-
a T-Rex and use it. And also, she didn't change her fucking shoes. Her
Oh my
whole
god,
time.
I was talking about
In
that.
heels? Fuck
Nope.
that.
Yeah.
I'm
Tracking-
not a chick.
We're going
but I
through
know.
the jungle to find these boys. Okay, I won't change my shoes.
No.
Only my shirt.
Hold up. That's not the thing.
You're not just corporate. You actually go around this fucking place.
No, it wasn't
think
even that. It was Chris Pratt's character saying, "You're not going to come with me in those shoes." So what does she do? Undoes her shirt and ties it.
Sorry, I wasn't focusing after that part.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
most guys weren't. That's why they realized
that could be seen as her saying, "I'm going with you, and I don't have to listen to you." She's still holding her control. I'm going to do this in the adversity of my shoes that you're advising against, and her wearing.
I'm a
it the
strong
whole
woman.
time.
I can do these.
That could be seen as that. But
Honestly, I was waiting for him to throw her off the cliff and then jump in after her. Like I thought they were going to
That's what I
follow
thought, too.
them that way.
Oh, speaking of
And have
that, like
wicked sex.
the fucking kids jumping into the water,
Act 2.
getting away from the monster, and their thing they do when they get out of the water is fall in the muddy dirt and laugh about it. It's like, you almost got eaten by the fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
Every other movie, every other Jurassic Park, after the kid almost gets eaten by the dinosaur, they don't have a good laugh about it.
Yeah, they did.
When in Jurassic Park 1, when the kids are frantically running through the kitchen, they lock him behind the door from the raptors, and they're like,
No, but before
They
that,
didn't
when
finally
they
get
start,
away.
when
It
they
wasn't a
start,
scene cut.
when they start
Yeah.
eating and stuff, they were
Like when they
pretty
got away and the kid
They
got
did-
shocked, they're eating, and they started laughing about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before the
Wait,
raptors
They-
shot.
they-
You know where
back
the
to the
kid he
center.
got shocked,
on the
and then they went and Grant was like, "Okay, you guys stay here. I'm gonna go get help."
We're okay.
Yeah, we're okay. And they're
Here's
eating,
food.
and then like they start
And
laughing,
they're
and then the raptor's like, I'm gonna match up perfectly to this painting of a raptor, and then walks in. You know what I'm talking about?
I know, but I love that Tatsuma's voice.
their kids. Wait, they were laughing about it.
Yeah.
They were starting to like.
And then
happy
she
and
jiggled her
stuff.
jelly.
Oh, that
dude.
was it. That was them
Kirsten
in the
does.
safety zone. That was literally like we're in an enclosed area and we're safe.
They
that
think
wasn't
they're safe.
but that wasn't after a dinosaur almost bit my
But
head
it's still
off.
it's still a
They
kid.
think
It's
they're safe.
Yeah, it's still a
That's
child's
the thing.
mind
No,
of we got away from that dinosaur. We're safe now.
But that's what
And
I'm
it
saying.
is after they didn't see where the goat went. They got attacked by a T-Rex. They got shocked. They got chased by raptors. Sneezed on by long necks.
Yeah,
Littlefoot
So
was there.
Yeah.
I would start laughing my ass off too when I see a bowl of food and after all that.
No, I'm saying that's appropriate for them. The
Oh.
movie we saw of fall into a fucking waterfall and then climb out on those, which like that was not a long distance from the top of the waterfall to the bottom. That thing could be on its way to eat you. And what did they do? They have a good laugh in the
No, I
mud.
love that he pulled him down because
then
he
said,
suddenly knew that it was like recognizing
Yeah,
thermal
that was-
signatures,
that was-
so that the water was going to protect them. It's like
There was
it's like
so much.
also
see, I
the
hate
whole
that
thermal
argument,
thing.
though.
Like,
Well, yeah.
how did Chris Pratt know to like do the oil on him? Like, was it sense of smell at that point? Because he looked at him.
Oh, she did.
Well, he was watching the fat guard though, and he did see him not
And-
even see it and just like stop, with just its snout
Yeah.
next to him, then
Yeah.
push the car out of the way and
And
eat him.
also much before that, when it was out as trailer, she said, "You want to change your clothes? It has a really good sense of smell."
Oh, that's true.
So
yeah.
there was a foreshadowing
but
of
it
smell.
doesn't. No, but it's not smell. It's thermal.
It was.
They had both.
It was supposed
It was
to be
both.
like super thermal.
That's why
it
it was
doesn't
going
see like a
towards-
T-Rex. It sees thermal.
That's why I was going.
Well, maybe
towards
they
the
spliced it
middle.
with some snake.
Oh.
They spliced it with
I just fixed the issue. There's no
No,
plot
I
holes in
don't
this.
care why.
You just shot it with a rocket launcher, and he said, "No, rocket launcher shield up."
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the dinosaur.
Yeah,
The dinosaur. What? It's nothing.
Yeah, the raptor didn't
There's
survive.
just some
that.
wild dogs out behind the dumpsters of the movie theater.
Yeah, that raptor didn't survive that rocket launcher shot.
That was okay.
hilarious.
That is the one scene
God.
that's worth it for the whole movie.
I fell into
Where did that
trap.
rocket come from? By the way?
Who knows?
Who
Maybe
knows?
That,
But
maybe
whatever.
the guy with the beard.
Random
It was the
guard
guy with the
number
beard.
guy with
No,
the beard
it looked
that
like
shot
it
it
came
from
up
the
of a
helicopter.
fucking mountain, and it was just like.
Yeah, the only guy who was worth a damn.
The only badass. As soon as they that was his intro, and you're like, okay, this guy's gonna be cool.
Andrew, you had brought up like them being sneezed on the brontosauruses, which reminded me
From part 1, no.
how from part 1. But how badass would that petting zoo have been?
Oh, with the small babies?
Yeah, with
No,
all
that
the
was
baby
adorable.
dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
was the
adorable.
cool thing.
and they're
And
like
then the
fucking right.
pterodactyl tried to take one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that in the petting zoo?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
A
part.
pterodactyl tried to
kept
pick
trying
up
to
one of the
take-
triceratops.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So this was a thing that kept happening. Like I'm gonna harp on the CGI more.
Yeah.
Every single time one of the they have the theme of the car moving. Every single time one of the car moves, I wonder if that was still CGI because it looked like the people weren't reacting to the car moving that they were resting against. The fat guy that was resting right behind the thing that like got knocked from him, he didn't move when it got thrown.
Yeah.
He just sat there. When the Indominus Rex was knocking the old style Jeep that they're sitting right by, that he could fucking see them. Just
I
like
could smell them.
like
Like
he looked like his eye was in level of the back of their heads because
Yeah.
But that's the hunter
but
mentality.
then
Yeah.
it like nudged it and
Yeah.
they
They
didn't,
didn't
move with it. Like they didn't even like flinch like oh shit.
Yeah.
It was one of those like how bad could it get after that? Like every single scene I felt was just a disconnect from
Yeah.
every single prop in the movie.
It-
How much of it was actually green screen by the end?
The whole thing.
That's how I
Yeah.
felt. I felt like we were watching Star Wars all over
I don't
again.
think so much green screen, but just
CGI.
CGI. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
were they actually?
Seeing.
Yes. How much were they actually acting towards? Was there at least a fucking
Tennis
tennis
ball
ball?
on a pole.
Yeah.
Because come on, it seemed like no one knew what the fuck they were looking at.
Yeah.
The only one that did know what to look at seemed like Chris Pratt when he was directly dealing with the dinosaurs, and they probably just matched that up to his acting.
Yeah.
He
You
was
know-
awesome.
The biggest issue I had,
I loved it.
a little off what we're talking about, but the biggest issue I had in it was the product placement.
Oh God,
It was terrible.
everywhere.
I honestly didn't notice.
Well, there was
I
there was like
Coca-Cola,
at the beginning.
Hilton,
yeah,
they
so
even
Hills
make a joke.
Bend, yeah.
They even make a
Oh yeah,
joke
the
of it.
Mercedes-Benz one was the one time I'm like,
But the thing
that's
is,
an ad right
that
there.
is actually in the second one. I want to say.
Well, it was even in the first.
But it was everywhere in the second one, and I saw it everywhere in the second one. I think that's when I was paying
Well, that's
attention
what
to
it
product
is.
placement.
I mean,
Where was?
All in the cars. The cars. They
Yeah,
they,
but like all the
that's
cars got destroyed like right away.
That's the standard shot that they use for it.
oh yeah. Like go back and watch Transformers. Nothing but
No,
Chevys.
well, yeah, I know.
You know.
But like, I mean, there was all the cars. There was while they were you're just gonna get it sponsored to name it. Doritosaurus
Oh,
Rex and
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, he made a
Pepsi.
That
whatever.
I'm fine with because that's making fun of product placement or
Right.
having product
They
placement.
were aware.
If that was the product placement,
Oh
I
yeah,
would've
that would
been
have been
cool
fun.
with it.
Yeah.
But it was
if he was eating Doritos when he's like, Doritos
Yeah.
Saurus Rex,
Yeah.
that would have been hilarious.
That would have been funny.
but
you
it was
even take a Dorito and attack his little plastic dinosaur
Yeah.
like. "Rah!"
yeah. But like you said, the Mercedes Benz of just every fucking shot was like. Oh,
Yeah.
we're driving it. There's the symbol. There's the symbol.
Well, like, it
Oh,
was the part where
there's
she was
no
driving
Mercedes
out to
that
his
get destroyed.
fucking Owen's little
Bungalow.
Yeah.
bungalow. They literally do like the car commercial, like pan around
Yeah.
the front as it's driving through a ring. Like it looked like a car commercial.
Right.
I saw Chris Pratt drinking Coca-Cola, and I wanted a Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah, he did have
That
old
shit works.
Coca-Cola bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you now have a Coca-Cola that says Wingman.
Yes.
It
And
does. I do.
And then you know there was
That's
also
what I was saying.
in the control room the guy he had the Pepsi that was right
Yeah.
next to him
That one
the whole
wasn't
time
too
that
bad.
they grabbed it. Well, then the other
I
fat
did notice the
asshole guy.
Starbucks.
Where?
Yeah, where?
Really?
I didn't.
In
Sorry,
the,
we're
in the main
we
area.
are completely
Yeah, in
fucking
in
just,
like Main Street.
jaded to
Yeah,
Starbucks.
where
They're
where
everywhere.
The, where the Main Street is.
Oh, the old
Um,
Main Street. Okay.
Yeah, they had
They had a Starbucks.
when the pterodactyls were attacking.
See, that wouldn't have bugged me as much because that would be like
That's where it would
something.
belong.
Yeah, that's where it would
So
belong.
you weren't bugged by the hotel thing when they entered the hotel lobby?
I did catch it,
I didn't.
but I
notice
was
it.
like,
What?
it was the Hilton. It said Hilton on it.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
But
It
that,
I
did.
got
It
that was
did-
the
yeah.
first product placement that I noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that one I'm fine with because that it's a hotel.
I
so
saw
it
the
See,
would be a Hilton.
exactly. That's
Like,
my thing. Is just blatantly obvious.
the only one was
you
the
know.
Mercedes car and him drinking the Coke bottle, like
Well,
a
there's
vintage Coke bottle. Like, did you have
the
to?
Mexican Coke bottle. Because you can only get those in Mexico now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Well,
really.
I mean, it makes sense, isn't that off
Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
Coast
off
of Costa Rica?
Something
like
is
that?
it Costa Rica or Puerto
It's-
Rico?
Wherever it is.
It's Costa Rica.
I don't know. Anybody could correct us in the comments.
But
Anyone who gives too much of a shit.
what I was
There
saying
was
is
the Samsung.
That listens
Yeah.
this long.
Oh, the phone.
yeah, the phone,
Yeah, there was the.
the brand new phone. All of them had it too.
Yeah.
Dude, that's on Prairie
Um,
Road too.
But it's the obvious shit that bugs me. Like having
It's okay.
something, like he said,
And
a
it's-
Starbucks where it's
one of his
supposed to
badges.
be is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Coke
It-
bottle,
it's-
it's fine because it's
when
not like
the
so
Coke-
refreshing.
The Coke bottle, I'm annoyed by. That
No,
one,
the Coke bottle, the thing that bugs me
Is
is
he had that
you
side
have
shot.
to give it to, like, you. Nobody fucking
it
drinks.
triggers the
like, you
commercials.
drink like this. You drink covering the entire fucking label half the time you're drinking.
Yeah.
right.
So
That was
you
a-
don't see
yeah.
shit. The way they do it in movies is like daintily holding it.
No, I
Let me
understand.
hold up- yeah, hold it top of the neck.
But that's
fucking-
what I'm saying
oh.
is that type of stuff doesn't bug me. It's in I forget fucking what movie, the Superman movie where he gets thrown through the Marlboro truck and before he does it, it's an empty scene with just Marlboro and then he flies through it. That's the type of advertising that
I know. I like your version.
That's
to,
Superman.
to me, it's when it can be interplaced with a commercial. Like that's where.
Oh
it's-
yeah, exactly like you said, the car scene.
the bottle drinking
Yes.
at the Mercedes-Benz car. When it's the Hilton Hotel, fine. It's a hotel. It'd be
No.
as
Well-
long as they don't do a hold shot and be like Hilton, and then we just kind of see the character.
No,
we
but
don't
Chris-
have somebody saying
you know.
"Welcome to the
Yeah.
Chris
hotel."
Pratt drinking a Coke at that style of that shot. You immediately think of the commercials.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
If they
it's-
just-
somebody
it's-
could cut that. Into
If
a
they had
commercial.
just given him the signature red can and have him palm it like a normal person, people would have identified it as a Coke can, and it wouldn't have looked stupid.
yeah.
And
And-
but instead we have to have
Or
labels.
even the classic Coke bottle and holding it correctly instead of holding it
I don't
to
know.
the
To me,
screen.
the bottle is just like nobody has those aside from
he's,
South America.
he's living in a little bungalow
get-
in South America.
But he's also next to a giant
That's what
product placement paradise of the theme park.
Yes.
He would
Hot-
have what would be consumer.
My opinion on the Hilton also was as soon as I saw that I went product put and then I went, well, they did film this on Kauai and the Hilton is on Kauai. They probably just filmed it there.
Yeah.
That scene there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I have one last point.
What's
well,
that?
okay, go ahead.
in Rand Point.
Oh, Bro Raptors, the only part of this movie that
Oh,
I
God.
both hate so
final
much.
fight.
Okay,
The
so
final fight.
No.
I love,
Yeah.
I
this is
love
separate
horror
from
movies.
This is
Raptors.
separate.
I love
gonna
horror
put it-
movies, so I love bad horror movies. This is a bad horror movie right here.
Yeah.
Because it has Bro Raptors. Raptors that go, "Arr, arr, 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 yeah, bro. Yeah, no, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, no, I fucked that bitch. I know that we were bros, but I went out on you, and then they come back, and they're just, cool again.
Yeah.
Because, no, Chris Pratt, you my bro. We were born on the same street together, motherfucker. They went and they broed out, and they
Yeah.
actually could have had subtitles for how much they were
Yeah.
squawking.
I can't
Yes.
wait for the Blu-ray for the subtitles.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
okay, so this movie needs the freaking guys from Mystery Science 3000 to just do this movie already, because
Yeah.
this movie requires
Yeah,
it,
so
because
riff
they would
tracks.
have
This
such a good
This will
riff
be a
track.
riff tracks movie.
But,
This will
like,
definitely be.
That point, I was just like, this is so dumb, but it's kind of enjoyable. And I still was just kind of taken out of the movie, though, because I was just like,
Yeah. No,
I wish I was watching this at home on TV.
for the Bro Raptors being one of the first things they show in one of the first trailers for this movie, and for them to basically be nothing,
Yeah.
because we see them do the hunt, and it's like, oh, it's a cool chase, and then they immediately turn traitor,
Mm-hmm.
so we're immediately like, well, I'm not rooting for them anymore, and then, yeah, they show up at the end for what is arguably, yeah,
Also, why does he put down the gun? Oh, you know that this
Yeah.
gun can hurt you.
that the fact
I'm
that the Raptors
wearing.
can understand what a
Hold
gun
on.
is.
And also, I don't have my clicky thing that I've been
Yeah.
using the
Hold up.
entire movie.
They
but you can
addressed
still
that-
understand me.
They addressed it earlier in the movie though.
What?
When when the kid fell into the thing and
If
they were
you
about to
shoot-
shock it,
If you shock them, they will not listen to me ever again.
they won't trust me ever
They
again.
had never been shocked before. They don't know what a fucking gun is.
But they were shot at by a rocket launcher.
They,
Yeah,
one
see?
of them was.
And he was about to
Echo
like,
was gone.
Yeah, and you believe like, oh,
No,
maybe
no.
he might come back.
Yeah, no,
maybe
if that
he
was
might-
the point where it was just so like, oh, it's you. Oh shit, we done fucked up.
That's
That's
That
how
would
I
have been
felt.
okay. Because
that-
then they would still have the Raptors on their side, Raptors
you-
on their
yeah,
side,
Raptors.
and then
Raptors. Yeah,
The Raptors.
You having a stroke?
Hey, and the only reason they turned against him was because they had the head straps on. Their
I
helmets
know.
on.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me
Dino
reach right by
Riders!
your face. The same thing that one guy did, but he got his hand bit off. But you
Yeah.
trust me and take off this like headset. Oh my god! And first-person running view of the Raptors.
That was
Why?
cool. I thought
5-year-old,
that was
shut
cool.
up.
No,
I will
no.
say
when
what-
they were fighting,
What it made it
looked cool.
What it made cool, yeah, was we saw it for the chase scene, and it was like, okay, what are they using it? Seeing the juxtaposition of the two cameras of the raptor view and the human view as the raptors are eating the human.
Oh, yeah.
that was actually
That
like
was,
okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
and then they all focused on Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
that's,
like,
then they got back to
"Ooh."
stupid.
To counter that, Ryan, I was fine with the chirping and the broing out.
They
only
could have had language.
They could have, but it's they see going back to me liking all the movies. They've explained it in the other movies
No, they have
because the Raptors
Yeah,
are
they
smart
communicate.
enough to
Yes,
communicate.
they actually have vocal cords and other things of the sort.
Right.
But the
Well-
fact that they were saying like they could have had full sentences
They-
right there. They do not have the same language.
they
as
don't
a
have
human.
as large of
No.
a
They do not
vocabulary.
need
But
to have
in- but-
squawk squawk. Sorry,
squawk,
bro.
squawk, squawk,
in the
squawk,
same
squawk.
inflections as sorry. They actually had the
Yeah.
same inflections
Yeah.
as sorry.
The-
They don't
Yeah.
need to go that far.
You saw it from the body language, especially when Blue is talking to Rex. Like you see the body language, you know what they're saying.
Yeah.
And
You
yeah,
can
I'm
guess
sorry.
what they're
I
saying.
mean, just
It's a 5-year-old.
go to
fucking
like
movie.
what your dog does. When you're like, "How are you doing?" Does the dog bark an entire sentence at you, or does it give you like,
On YouTube videos, they do.
yeah, fucking,
When they're trained to do it, yes.
yes, but a naturally, I can,
See,
They're
Chris
not
Pratt-
trained to talk back
they,
to him.
they've been raised.
That's how
by
they're getting extra
human,
money for the
they
park. Is
know how
putting the
to do
Raptors on YouTube and having them sing jingle
No.
bells.
See, I just
they
explained
know
it.
music.
Yeah.
I just explained it. They got raised by a human, so they have the vocal cords very close, which Grant in number 3,
Yes.
which you ignore. But I don't, because
You're a nerd.
personally I feel that
Whatever,
this
just
movie
get to
was
the
just a
point you're
better
trying to make.
3.
Please.
But,
Stop.
well, you guys are interrupting, and I was just making a point.
It's a horrible point.
But Grant had said that they have basically a human's vocal cord, and they could
Basically.
communicate completely.
Great.
So being raised by humans,
Wait, who
they
said
could
that?
talk.
Chris Pratt said
Grant.
that?
Almost
Grant
like
Oh,
from,
okay.
Grant
From the
from
third
part
movie.
3.
Yeah. Dude, 3
But
is like
it's-
the Dragon
did you-
Ball GT. of
I know
three.
he's just getting
Yeah.
that we're
No,
talking about movie
but
3.
talking
No, no,
about
no,
3,
for
I
sure.
honestly feel this movie was just a better 3.
No. Well,
Okay.
yes.
And what's sad about that is it didn't improve much.
No, but
One
rewatch
still stands.
Rewatch 3.
Yeah. Oh,
One
one
still
still
stands.
Rewatch 3,
like-
and I mean, no,
Good try,
you
Ford.
just do it because I mean, it's almost.
Why don't we
Like
do
I said,
3
this-
for a future episode?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
could, and
yeah,
then we've just like re-released this with
yeah,
Jurassic Park 3.
yeah.
Just spliced
But
in there.
like I said, it looked like Spinosaurus from 3.
Mm-hmm.
The scenes, there was the fight between a T-Rex and Spinosaurus.
There's a kid on a dirt bike.
Was there a
Moment
kid
of
on-
silence.
Because
I don't
In 3, was there ever a kid
The
on the
kid
bike?
stealing the eggs? It was 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, he never was on a motorcycle.
He was on a motorcycle. Pretty sure he was on a motorcycle because
I
he was
don't
trying to lure
care.
them away.
I don't
I don't
care.
remember.
You know what's
Anyways.
disappointing? The lack
movie?
of,
The lack of you talking.
aside from the movie, and that, the lack of one-liners I wanted to hear from the other movies. All the references and stuff. I wanted to hear someone say, "Hold on to your butts." I wanted to hear someone say, "Clever girl."
Eh.
I think that would have
the
been
thing
too great.
is,
It-
it was already such a nostalgia.
Yeah, it nostalgia
fuckfest
so
that
hard.
I just,
True, it did have the Dino DNA,
it did.
Yeah, you were
You
excited.
which
for
I
that one.
predicted.
Andrew did
I
predict
am glad that they
Hey,
did.
I
that.
predicted there would be a minor Goldblum appearance.
No,
and there was.
Right.
So I'm glad that that was in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's finish. Last thing, the final fight. Let's just talk about the final
Okay.
fight.
Oh man.
Alright, so... Alright, and I'm talking about specifically Raptor plus T-Rex versus Indominus Rex.
Well, I mean, before that though, when it was the 4 Raptors that shot the 4 Raptors and
Three.
and
3. One
or
of them was
3,
rocket launcher.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, true. I was playing like the Lufia stuff in my head because I'm like, oh, this is so sick.
Okay, let's start from there through the rest of the fight to the very end.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, I got it. So 3 Raptors versus T-Rex. One of them gets tossed into the grill.
That was
It explodes.
Well, no, beforehand,
Fuck.
Blue got just fucking knocked the fuck
Blue
out.
got
Yeah.
knocked out. And then what did the other one? He just
The
got
other one
thrown into
actually
the-
was fighting for a little bit.
Yeah.
I
just,
think
like,
he just
getting
got ripped
tossed-
apart, didn't he?
And then I want to say
Oh,
he
I
got
think-
the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
got
think there was
he
an
got
eat
into the
scene that we
mouth,
didn't
and then he
see.
just like got ripped apart from.
Well, they didn't. I don't think they showed it. I think it was that he got him up in the air and then like ducked it down behind something. And that's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
supposed to
and-
be
and-
he's
and
dead.
I thought he stepped on him and started to eat him.
I don't.
No,
think-
and
he's
that's
not
what-
an actual Devil Hojo.
No, but that's what
I'm
Chris
glad.
Pratt-
I'm glad how vivid this image was that nobody really remembers
Well,
exactly what happened.
No. I
But,
mean,
but the thing is we're focusing on the kids and
Oh,
Chris Pratt
the
at
most
that
important
moment.
characters.
Oh no, No. As it was jumping all over him,
Yeah,
Chris Pratt was
shooting.
keep shooting at him from behind a rock.
Yeah.
And then he was reloading, and then it got knocked down, so he went to the kids,
Yeah.
and then the girl ran away.
yes.
And that's when it actually got knocked behind the same rock from the opposite side and was eaten.
Yes.
I want to say that's how it happened.
No, because the rock he was hiding behind, or the fucking whatever the yellow stuff is, that
Amber.
the mosquito,
big
yeah, amber,
Oh,
amber.
the giant amber rock.
It got
Yeah.
destroyed.
Whatever. I mean,
Okay,
we know that it
he
got
wasn't the
killed.
same rock, but-
it doesn't matter where
Yeah.
it got killed. It got killed.
He got killed
And then she starts releasing a T-Rex while they're hiding in the stupid gift.
with a flare, getting the T-Rex
the
to follow her
flare.
with a flare instead
that
of
was
just
cool.
running.
Okay, with
Yeah.
here I go getting immersed again. I didn't know what the fuck she was doing. I'm like, what
Are
the
you
hell
serious?
Are
We
they-
need
Yeah.
more teeth.
Are you
Okay, so
serious?
you're
I
going to lead it to
forgot
the
about the
water and
T-Rex.
kill it.
The T-Rex, they showed that one scene with it. It was quick. I forgot about the T-Rex.
We
I
had our
didn't think about
T-Rex. We had our ultimate badass.
it. Well,
We
s-
had the Indominus.
Right. Oh, that's why I didn't expect it. And when they were opening the door, I honestly, I fell into the trap. I didn't know what they
Oh,
were doing.
see,
And then she lights the flare, and I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be awesome."
Nah, see,
No,
Well-
as soon as she actually was like, release the paddocks, I'm like, it's the fucking T-Rex.
Oh, for me it was
Yeah.
the needs more teeth.
No, needs more teeth. I thought they were going to lead it to the water. And guess what happens? They lead it to
it
the
does
water,
lead
and
to
it
the
does
water.
it anyways.
Yeah.
Because I was right. Because he mentions 88 teeth.
Oh, you're right. He
Blue.
does.
Blue is the best character.
So
in there.
Blue coming back and slow-mo rescuing the shit out of them.
like last year or
was the
something.
dumbest fucking moment. But also so fucking entertaining.
It is. That's,
laughing my
I think
ass
that
off.
is the key phrase. The blue double team T-Rex versus Indominus Rex
Yeah.
is fucking retarded, but it was a pretty cool fight.
I was laughing.
No,
my
no,
ass
literally
off.
I'm
seeing
sorry.
how
The one
happy
part
I
where
was.
he ran
Right.
up one,
And
jumped
jumped
on
on
the
the
other,
T-Rex.
and then jumped
Yeah,
back.
the
So
fact-
he had like a launching
The
pad.
fact that the Velociraptor
What?
uses a
They were-
T-Rex as a mount is so stupid,
They were
but it
doing-
is cool.
They were doing Chrono Trigger 2.
Dude, and they basically
moves.
bro-fisted at the end, too.
What?
They
They
basically
did.
bro-fisted
Yeah,
at the
they
end.
did.
No, they like
The
went,
nod.
We understand each other. We understand
We
each
cool,
other.
bro, we're
Whatever
cool.
happened
It was
to
the nod.
T-Rex having like a pea-sized brain and is
And
just a monster that eats people.
Yeah.
No, not in this movie. We have the Indominus Rex to
Maybe
feel
The,
that.
they're
the
all
only way I
intelligence.
explained that away to myself was
You
the
love
T-
these movies way
No,
too
no, no.
much, so you will
Yeah.
always find
I-
an
I
excuse
do-
for shit.
I do
toys
that
are
for every
cool.
movie though. I just try to like let me figure out a way that I don't have to hate this so that I can actually like it. But T-Rex was fucked up at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, it
He-
should have
he almost
lost.
died.
It's like, do you
It
want to
shoulda
go, bro?
lost.
That was the
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
No, it should have lost. I was for
That's the
sure
whole point. It was
thinking
gonna-
it was going to lose.
It was going to lose versus the T-Rex combined with a Velociraptor till it was a T-Rex and a Velociraptor versus T-Rex and a Velociraptor.
And then
that was the
thing fell
point.
And
Yeah.
that goes back to my thing of this being the quote unquote better 3 was because in the big T-Rex versus the Spinosaurus, T-Rex died
Yeah,
instantly.
T-Rex lost.
And then it was
Yeah.
T-Rex was meaningless.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing else. It didn't have that hero thing that we got from the first one where the T-Rex was a main
Well,
character.
that's another thing that's like really points out the T-Rex in this movie to the T-Rex of the first movie. In this one, the T-Rex is a hero. because our entire cast, the kids and Owen and the girl, are there watching. We're like, huh. They're like watching the fight, like, what's gonna happen?
Why did they run away?
What happened in the first one? The moment T-Rex runs, like, fuck, let's get the hell out of here! And all the humans run.
Do you want to know why? Because that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Because these are still monsters.
Yes.
This is still a
that's
horror
why
movie, and there's multiple monsters on
That's
this
why
island.
Jurassic World
Run away.
1...
Do you think they should have had the T-Rex though?
No, I think that they should have so the way the Indominus Rex dies is they get it fucked up, and it's like backing away towards the water, and like it's still going to probably fuck things up. And then the giant sea creature jumps out of the water and just eats it, and then like scuttles back into the water funnily.
Which also, another problem I had was, if it can do that to him, that railing wouldn't have done shit for the
Yeah,
kids.
right. But the thing is that's what they should have done. That would have been their great escape to actually like, okay, what we can do is we can actually go into this area to where he's going to chase us. Blue's going to die at this point, but he's going to start chasing us because we're the closest heat signatures.
Use the predatory nature,
and we're going to go into the lower area to actually sink it, break the glass, let it flood in, and attack him.
Yeah.
So that way we would actually have a good. We plan this out. We are still at the top of the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
But you know why they had the T-Rex?
Because of fan fucking service.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they wanted to get the same reaction at the first one of the T-Rex appears, and you get that cool like ending.
That
where
way,
the T-Rex
kids go out and buy T-Rex toys.
Service.
Also, if they didn't
No,
have the
it's the
T-Rex,
same.
if they didn't have the T-Rex at that point, I kind of would have felt a little cheated because they just had that like small little like T-Rex.
We had a T-Rex the whole movie, the hybrid.
Right,
He's
but
essentially a T-Rex.
I still felt cheated. You know why? Because it didn't have the same roar it did in the first one.
because
It did, but it was lower.
Did,
It was
yeah,
quieter.
it was like it was not. It wasn't the
Who-
same,
see,
and that killed it for me. Like I was like, oh, it's T-Rex. Oh,
I'm
wait,
sorry,
you're
but
not T-Rex.
what you're asking for is literally said it didn't give me enough nostalgia.
Well, no.
Why wasn't it more like the first
No.
movie?
Every raptor has a significant voice,
Yeah.
like that you like to hear, the screaming
Yeah.
or the cough.
Yeah.
And you expect that, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
coughing.
But the T-Rex, that's specific because that was the impact of part one.
I know, and so
And
why
not to have it in this one, it's like, why not?
Why should it?
But they
Every
did-
T-Rex is a different animal. Every human doesn't have the same
But
voice, so why can't a T-Rex have
But
a
every
different
every
tone?
raptor's a different one, right?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention enough because I don't give a shit.
Oh, well then, where are we on the conversation?
Well, I'm just asking, why does it have to be the same T-Rex noise? All we got was the same T-Rex noise with a different pitch to it. That's
No,
all
it
it was.
had the same T-Rex noise. It was just short, and they cut it off early.
That's what. Yeah. They just.
So you wanted to hear the roar from the first one?
No, of course, because
So why not just go watch the first Jurassic Park again?
Yeah,
instead
it
of
would have
this
been a
thing?
better movie.
Well,
That's what, like, that's basically what your argument boils down to, is like, you just want to go watch Jurassic Park
No,
1
I
again.
understand what Andrew's saying.
no, it kills it. It kills it for
No, there's a lot of other things
for-
that kill it.
Yes.
for
No,
expectation.
but what I can see what Andrew's talking about, because they could have had at least when they first saw each other have the T-Rex do his signature roar, and then they face off.
Yeah, which you
Instead
didn't
of
get.
they kind of did, and then they cut away, and then you just hear, and then it like
It
You
wasn't
don't
that.
have the good impact of the wrestling match that's about to go down.
right.
I don't care.
At the, like,
Sorry, it's yeah, I understand.
it's
like,
such a minor detail.
brrr. But if they wanted to set that up, I wanted the T-Rex in there longer. I want the T-Rex to also be on the loose and then lead them together.
Yeah.
Not the, oh my god, I'm going to set it free, stand right in front of it where it's 5 feet in front of me, and then be able to outrun it when I am a good, probably
Heels.
half a mile away in heels,
Yeah.
and then throw a fucking
Yeah.
flare.
That
at
was
them.
another thing. I like how, I mean, granted, that's a lot of movies. How quickly the island shrank when they needed to be at Main Street and suddenly go out to some paddock and come back.
Yeah.
The island
well,
shrank.
The entire movie did not have a good scale. It did not have a good feel to it. The first one, as soon as shit started going south, if the okay, so them in the jungle like trying to turn back on the power. First of all, power off, lights out in the scary movie. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Then them going outside, it's like okay, it's bright and but they're still worried about the raptors. There's still kind of a like scary moment. But then what do they do to increase the scares? They go into a dark jungle, into a dark room to actually increase the scares.
Narrow corridors.
Narrow corridors have jump scares. It is perfectly themed for a like good horror atmosphere. This movie had the theme park feel constantly. It had, I'm supposed to have fun here still.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be having fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't have that scare that the dinosaur should be bringing me. And as a child, I had the scares that movie brought me. I don't have that in this movie.
The thing is that isn't bad. It's not necessarily bad that it had that theme park feel, because that could make a really good juxtaposition of the horrors going on around it. They just didn't take advantage of that.
Well,
I found all the deaths laughable at that point.
Yeah, I felt that they were going for instead of
I really did.
The whole movie.
instead of what would have been more, suspense, which would have been more effective in this one to do the, just shit. I know what's going on, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
They were just doing a lot of jump scares.
Yeah.
And
Well, jump scares have replaced most
basically, if
horror
this
now.
movie went a
Because
bit
nobody
more
likes to try.
gory, I think.
Oh, it did.
But
Way more
I mean
gory.
more gory. Like,
yeah, way more.
Oh, you wanted to?
no, yeah. If it, I think the setting. I'm talking about how you were not liking the theme park
atmosphere.
setting. Yeah, if the theme park setting had more gore, because like in that empty Main Street area, after people had been pecked and attacked, there was no bodies, there was
That's
no
very
blood,
true.
there was nothing. If there was some
If
leftover
and for some
viscera,
reason, all the
shown that-
pterodactyls disappeared too.
yeah,
Like the chainsaw massacre of that
Yeah.
moment of just like it being
I mean,
like
I think this
horrible.
was still a PG-13 movie,
It
though.
was,
And that's the thing,
and that's
like,
a problem.
if they up the gore just a little
when
bit,
you have that many people in a horror setting, you need to show some
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
dead bodies.
I'm sorry. When you mentioned the pterodactyl, I just remember the scene where the guy gets stabbed by it in the helicopter. It's like, flip!
yeah,
And you're like, ah!
Also, why do they have like 50 of them?
Yeah.
Why do
And
they
one
need
with a T-Rex
50?
head.
yeah, I know.
With
Shit.
a bunch with T-Rex
Yeah.
heads.
That's the one you don't want to mess
Those
with.
are the different breeds. I mean,
That was such a. That just points at the dumb scene of
And
it
also,
biting
it's
Chris
way off
Pratt.
in the area that's like the no-go zone.
Yeah,
It's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Like, they are not traveling in any sort of direction. They have too much of a map and shows you where it's going for where it's been
where it
to
is.
actually make
Yeah.
sense.
but just like talking about going back to the goddamn horrible character action, the one where the pterodactyl Tyrannosaurus thing's trying to bite Chris Pratt, and whatever aunt beats it over the head, shoots it
Yeah.
a couple times, and he just gets up and kisses her like
Oh, yeah. That's,
fucking cheese
I know.
out the ass. Like
that was
Hey,
pretty cheap.
director's first movie.
No justification.
that's not even director.
No, that's the joke.
That's
Oh.
writing. That's acting.
I
That's
know.
that's every level. This is like, there's very little
Well,
to
they-
recommend for
okay,
this movie.
they needed that part so that they could have the kids going, "Your boyfriend's a badass."
They didn't need the kiss. They could just. I mean, they. Honestly, if the kiss wasn't there, the very end scene of "we travel together because it's safer" would have had a little bit more impact.
Yes.
If that was the romantic connection at the very end.
I just
that actually wasn't a
With
bad
her?
line to end it on.
With her, me and Ryan were talking about this. Like, she'd make a pretty badass April O'Neil. She
Right?
would. She had
Yeah.
the look. The
Little
personality's
bit, yeah.
not too bad.
and she could wear those heels.
Oh shit! Can't she wear those heels?
no, I could see her in a yellow jumpsuit and I'd be down with that.
Oh, dude, be fucking sick.
But honestly, I think that it needs to be final thoughts, unless you
And
guys
do we have
want to
anything
tell us
to
about
add?
something.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You mean the secret ending?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
You
the
guys should have
ending of-
stayed because, like,
Me and
you're
Ryan
talking about
definitely
how
stayed.
We were fucking over the movie.
how it
Ryan
could be
were
so interesting, or how the dinosaur could be so intelligent, and you guys mentioned Dr. Wu,
Yeah. Go ahead.
They
and he's
hinted
talked
to
about
another.
a secret.
They hinted to another.
Yeah,
what
Yeah,
is-
another way that
Fucking
they
tell us the
slice.
scene.
Well,
What?
calm down.
I know, but you're trying to lure
They're-
this.
No, we're
over.
building the
babies.
suspense right now.
No.
No.
Good guess though.
But the park was experimenting with a little bit more than just dino DNA.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I'd already mentioned it's the land of the lost, and they're making the dino people.
Oh.
So I already joked about that during the
Human
movie.
DNA.
Are you
Sure,
fucking
man.
serious? Oh my god.
Bum, bum,
The movie
bum.
officially got worse. The
Yeah.
movie just got worse.
That would have been
Wow,
a good ending.
do you hear that?
If it was
That's
fucking
a toilet
real-
flushing.
Oh!
Come over this.
There was no secret ending. We just told
Yeah.
you.
Oh really?
You got punked.
Yeah, punked.
Burned.
Wow, you just made this podcast like 5 minutes longer than it needed to be.
No, well, that's because someone kept interrupting us.
That's because you tried to make
my
it much
God.
longer than it needed to
You
be.
interrupt so much.
He does.
But
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Let's-
Yeah,
yeah.
we need to fucking end this.
So,
Ryan?
Ryan,
I think that everyone should go to theaters and, if it's available, see the original Jurassic Park. Never watch this movie.
Down.
Or Rift Tracks.
yeah.
If
Rift Tracks is gonna happen.
And,
Well, that's for every
don't-
movie.
don't-
Restrictions
no,
and
no.
everything.
Don't
Not
give
every
this movie money. That's how I feel about this. Like I enjoyed it because I was there to watch a movie, but did I enjoy the movie as a whole? Hell no. Would I want to go again to watch it with others? Probably not. I don't want to spend another $10 to $15 on a shitty movie, and this movie was a piece of shit.
yeah.
In every form. Acting, directing, themes, just
So you're
it
saying
was a clusterfuck.
don't see it.
I was saying that, and then I got really angry with
Yeah.
how lackluster my "don't see it"
Yeah,
was.
you had to make sure your
I
hatred
don't
was
see
expressed.
it. Oh my god! See Jurassic Park. Just see Jurassic
Yeah.
Park. Jurassic World is terrible.
Yeah.
Just like Lost World. Just like the other one.
Yeah, it's really hard. It really sucks to have that sentiment of don't give this movie money because I really like Jurassic Park, but here we are. 3 out of 4 movies are awful. It's time to either like just let the series sit on the shelf again until someone else can revive it, or just let it go.
Don't
Just
give a
fucking
shit.
let it go. And yeah, maybe once it comes out on Rift Tracks, that's the only way I could see this movie because there are those small little scenes. The raptor being hit by a missile
Yeah.
is fucking hilarious.
It's a bad horror movie. It's a B movie. It's funny because it's so
but
bad.
but it's an expensive B movie
Yes, it
that
is.
might sink some careers. So like,
Not Chris Pratt's.
no, he will survive.
He's got nowhere to go but
that,
up.
that redhead was kind of hot, and
Oh,
I'm
she's
sad
banging.
that
I
she's
honestly
not
was
ever
iffy
going
about
to
her.
Oh,
get
she's
another movie.
Yeah, I
banging.
wasn't a
It's
big
not
fan
gonna
of her, to be
happen.
honest.
Oh, you guys are
No, her was the one character that I actually liked because she grew on me.
banging.
She grew, but
Something grew.
but like I don't know, it wasn't. It's to me, it didn't feel like a fully developed character. Too
No
much.
character
But she was fully
Yeah.
developed.
Shut up. Give me your final thoughts. Also, I told you to shut up and then talk.
Exactly. If you're going to go see this movie, expect to not
Enjoy
be
Happy.
It's going to ruin your nostalgic for the first one. Definitely going to ruin your nostalgic for the first one. Don't expect much from it. It will be entertaining in some levels. I was laughing my ass off at the very end of how I was so happy about how bad it was.
Came back.
Blue came back. Oh my, that was the fucking. Oh, I was so happy when Blue came back. It was a slow motion Lassie moment, coming back to save everybody, and it just got better from there. And when I mean better, I mean worse, but better. And it was great, and I couldn't stop laughing out of happiness of how bad it was. But yeah, it's entertaining at least. It is entertaining, but for the whole genre. It's crap.
Do you suggest them seeing it in theaters?
Yeah.
You did all that shit, so go see it in theaters.
Yeah, I say go see it. Fuck it. I mean, you'll
If
enjoy
you
it.
want to see it, go see it in theaters.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
You'll enjoy it.
I'm changing your words to that because I can't have you review everything the same way.
No, right, but you speak Andrew also. So.
Yes.
So the more I think about it, this is going to be happening a lot because I can justify why bad movies do what they do. But I actually really enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed it
You know,
plenty. It's not
I've
a good
enjoyed all of
movie.
them. Even the
Someone's
third
the
one.
odd man out.
But
Oh, Ryan.
yeah, redhead. I think you should go see it.
In theaters?
On
Yeah,
the,
in
on the
theaters.
grounds of.
I think it was a good movie.
Yeah.
You were
Like,
you were
it-
bashing it along with
Yeah,
us.
no, I
like-
mean, there's always going to be something I'm going to bash. I mean, we were bashing.
But we were bashing core elements of the movie. Like
You guys
we,
were. I
we were
wasn't.
bashing story.
you didn't refute any of our points, so I assumed you were like.
Well, you were
agreeing.
talking over me when I was.
Oh
doing that.
yeah.
And it's his
But-
thoughts.
Yeah, no,
Can you
I
believe this shithead?
I think that I think it had good comedy in situations. Yeah, the characters, some of them could have used better.
Everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chris Pratt was pretty perfect in that movie.
Chris Pratt's perfect in
I know
everything.
he's perfect in life.
But yeah, I'd suggest go seeing it in the
Right.
movies.
Practically
In theaters.
perfect.
Practically perfect.
I think they got the better answer to your
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Go
practically
on.
perfect.
Yeah, the movie is practically perfect.
That's why you should go see it.
Yep.
So I think, judging off of this, everybody's saying we should go see it.
Except for Ryan.
In some
Yeah,
way, we
except for
all
Ryan.
suggested seeing it, but was for different reasons.
No, I said see Jurassic
Yeah,
Or-
but you said or see it
or
as
Rift
Rift
Tracks.
Tracks.
Well, the thing,
And that's
yeah.
where I'm suggesting it as
Yeah,
well.
no. If you want to see a comedy, go see it. If you want to see a good Jurassic Park horror movie, don't go see it.
Yeah, go see Jurassic Park 1 again. I
Yeah,
think
go see
me and
Jurassic
you are
Park
definitely on
1.
the same.
Honestly,
much-
like that's my recommendation.
It's pretty much Alien Resurrection.
Also,
status.
never see it in theaters.
I really like
never
it.
see this
No,
in
I
theaters.
did.
Yeah.
Like, that is my line.
The
I can say
theater
that.
experience didn't give anything.
No, it did
I
not.
really
No, it
think
Oh,
did.
not at all.
No, it didn't.
Okay, so you're not even saying see it in theaters, or are you saying? See
I'm
it?
saying go see it in theaters.
After saying the theater experience gives you nothing.
Oh, it's comfortable seating.
True.
So is my fucking couch.
No, you don't watch movies.
Depending
on
on you don't
I
watch
can.
movies.
yeah, you don't watch movies.
I can
though.
watch Andrew Zimmerman going food around the world on my couch, and that's enjoyable.
That's true.
We're gonna get kicked out at this point, guys.
Yeah, out of my garage. Damn it.
We're in a movie. Hit the lights, Jack.
Andrew, that,
You got a last one. Someone else
Yeah.
gets it.
What? Jack's gonna listen to me still.
No, Jack, listen to someone else.
turn the lights back on. We're talking a little bit more.
No.
Andrew, you've ruined our experience 3 times so far. Jack, hit the lights.
Hit the lights. Jack is the.
Yeah, but he's dyslexic.